This video explains which features of organizations managers need to know about to build and use information systems successfully. We start the video by explaining what is an organization, and then we discuss features of organizations that affect the kinds of information systems used by organizations. Information systems are built by managers to serve the interests of a business firm. But in order to benefit from new technologies, an organization must be aware of and open to the influences of information systems. You need to understand how information systems can change social and work life in your firm. Because if you understand your own business organization, you'll be able to design new systems successfully or understand the existing ones. Some of the changes that occur in business firms due to new information technology investments cannot be predicted and have results that may or may not meet your expectations. An organization is a stable, formal social structure that takes resources from the environment and processes them to produce outputs. The environment provides capital and labor that are transformed by organization through the production process into products and services. The products and services are later consumed by environment in return for supply inputs. But this is not a very descriptive definition of a real-world organization. A more realistic behavioral definition of an organization is a collection of rights, privileges, obligations, and responsibilities delicately balanced over a period of time through conflict and conflict resolution. A technical view of organizations encourages us to focus on how inputs are combined to create outputs when technology changes are introduced into the company. The organization is seen as infinitely malleable, with capital and labor substituting for each other quite easily. All organizations are devoted to the principle of efficiency, maximizing outputs using limited inputs. Other features of organizations include their routines and business processes. Routines are precise rules, procedures, and practices that have been developed to cope with almost all expected situations. As employees develop these routines for producing goods and services, they become extremely productive and efficient, and the firm can reduce the costs over time as efficiency increases. A collection of such routines is a business process, and a business firm is a collection of business processes. In all organizations, people occupy different positions with different concerns and perspectives. Because of this, people have divergent viewpoints about how resources and rewards should be distributed. This difference results in political struggle for resources, competition, and conflict within every organization. Managers who know how to deal with the politics of an organization will be more successful than less skilled managers in implementing new information systems. All organizations have unquestioned assumptions that define their goals and products. Organizational culture embraces this set of assumptions about what products should be produced and how and where they should be produced. Organizational culture is a powerful unifying force that promotes common understanding, and when we share the same basic culture assumption, it's more likely for us to agree on other matters. But on the other hand, organizational culture is a powerful restraint on change. Any technological change that threatens culture assumption is often unwelcome. When a company decides to employ a new technology that is opposed to an existing organizational culture, what happens is that the technology is often stalled while the culture slowly adjusts. Organizations reside in environments from which they draw resources and to which they supply goods and services. And due to that, organizations and environments have a mutual relationship. On the one hand, organizations are open to and dependent on the social and physical environment that surrounds them. On the other hand, organizations can influence their environments. Environments generally change much faster than organizations, and many of them are unable to adapt to such rapid environment changes. All organizations have a structure or shape. The organizational structure often influences the kind of information system we find in a business firm. In huge multi-divisional firms operating in different locations, you will find that each local or each division has its sets of information systems instead of a single integrating information system. Organizations have different goals and use different means to achieve them. They also serve different groups, some primarily benefiting their members, others benefiting clients, stakeholders, or the public. Some are different in the leadership. Some are more democratic or authoritarian than others. They also differ about the tasks they perform and the technology they use. NOS is the largest communication and entertainment group in Portugal, resulting from the merger in 2013 of two of the largest communication companies in Portugal, SON and Otinto. This merger changed the whole scenario of the Portuguese telecommunications market. The deal allowed the two companies to combine strengths in their integrated services, assuming a clear growth ambition. At the time of the merger, the former Optimus president was chosen to lead the new company and was forced to understand how to run a much larger and more complex new company in order to continue to compete in the market with other companies. NOS organizational culture is present in the way the company conducts business, treats its employees, customers, and community, in the power and flow of information through the hierarchy, and in the commitment of employees to the collective goals. NOS is then a day-to-day wealth-creating company that in 2015 generating operating revenues of 1.44 billion euros.